Hi, so this is my productivity slash workflow desk setup as a homeschool student. So starting with the desk itself, it's just a L-shaped desk, but I really like it because it gives me a lot of real estate to work with. Like I have this whole area for whatever I'm doing, and then off to the side I have a more room for other things. And it's got a bunch of compartments. Don't mind the toilet paper. I have bad allergies, so I freaking use a lot of toilet paper. But it's got like 3 compartments down here for whatever other stuff I need, and then a bunch of space down here as well. And over here I have some notes, just like I have days of the week, and then I have like what assignments I want to be working on. I have a digital planner as well, but I find it useful to also have a physical one just so I can look over and be more aware of what I'm doing. I also have this compartment thing, what do you call this? An organizer. I have this organizer. This has stickers in it, but down here it's got sticky notes, tape, flashcards, other stuff. And then down here is where I keep my highlighters, and usually I'd keep pens in there as well, but I don't know where any of my pens are. I have another organizer over here, which is where I keep the main 3 pens that I use. And I have like these ones, but they're like really bad, and the ink is horrible on them, so I don't use them. I've got some flash drives over here. They mostly have like Linux distros on them because I like to do that stuff. One thing about me as well is that I really don't like digital media. And like what I mean by that is I do not like buying things digitally, like books or video games and stuff, because I don't like the idea of not actually owning what I buy. Like I want to buy something to own it forever, not to like borrow it. So I have every book that I read, I buy and I own it, or I borrow it from a library. And just to better show what I mean, like we have a bunch of books out here in our living room. This shelf is mostly mine and my sister's books. A lot of it's from like when we were kids, like stuff like that, but this is like most of our books. A lot of this stuff is my mom's. Anything that's like religious is my mom's, but yeah, so I really value physical media and movies. Like we have movie DVDs and stuff. We used to have a lot more, but we moved. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, for me, I just really value like physical media over digital media, because I feel like physical media is kind of like a dying genre of media, I guess you could say. Like it's not a genre, but you know what I mean, because everything's so like online now. Like for example, streaming services, you pay like $14 a month to be able to stream any movie, but like the second you stop paying, you don't have access to any of the movies anymore, when you could just buy a movie for like $6 and then you own that movie forever. Yeah, when it comes to books or movies or even video games, really, I like to buy them physically. I also really value like good notebooks. So I have a lot of notebooks. These are just like, so for example, I have like 4 of these. I have a couple of these. I think I have like 5 of these. I have some of these as well. These ones I just use for like quickly writing whatever. This one's specifically for math, but I have one for like English and other stuff like that. Anything that I have to take quick notes on, or I want to take quick notes on, I just put it there. These ones I use for usually journaling or any like longer notes I have. This one is like for my driver's test that I took a couple of years ago, or I guess whenever that was, like last year or something. But so yeah, these ones I use for like more lengthy notes, and I journal in some of these ones because I like to write a lot. So these 2 aren't lined, so I just like draw or jot down other stuff in them. So yeah, they're really nice. This one I haven't used very much. It's just like plain paper, but it's like, I don't know, I haven't used this one at all really. I mostly just use these ones because I like the smaller ones that I can just quickly carry with me and they don't take up a lot of space, so they're nice. This one is just a Mintra double spiral notebook. It came in a 3-pack. I just got it white, so yeah, it's on Amazon. I'm pretty sure this one's just like an Amazon Basics like notebook. It's not lined, it's just plain pages. It's not special. I get all my stuff, I guess not all, but most of my stuff I just get off Amazon for cheap. For these ones, I'm like 99% sure they're Redicy graph grid paper notebooks, but I could be wrong. They're literally just graph notebooks. There's like nothing special about them. But yeah. But yeah, as for like stationery and notebooks, that's pretty much it. I just use these main notebooks. Obviously this is not all my notebooks. These are just like the main ones I use for like note-taking and stuff. I use these pens. They're just ballpoint pens. You can get like a pack of them on Amazon for like literally like 14 bucks. So yeah, these are just the pens I use. So now we can get into the fun part, which is my computer. It's what I do all my work on because I'm homeschooled. I'm technically not homeschooled. I'm actually doing independent study, but people don't know the difference, so I just say I'm homeschooled. So the mouse I use, starting with this, it's just a wireless mouse. It's like literally $5 on Amazon, I think, but it works fine. My only complaint with it is that if you like stop moving your mouse, like you stop moving it for a prolonged amount of time, you have to like recalibrate it and click something, which is kind of annoying because I don't know, it just gets annoying doing that. But other than that, I have basically no complaints with it and it works just fine. Alright, so as for the computer, I have a ThinkPad T490. I recently got this used. Well, I got it refurbished online. I think it was like 200 bucks or something. It's got an Intel i7 CPU. It is 8 gigabytes of RAM and 500 gigabytes of storage on it, but I kind of want to upgrade that. And it's got a 14-inch screen. I originally wanted a smaller screen, but I'm actually really happy with the size because it's still like compact and small enough to bring around with me to places, but it's not like so, it's not too small. It's not small enough to where it's like hard to do things. Like I can comfortably open multiple tabs and be working in multiple different workspaces, and it literally feels just fine. So okay, hi, it's me from the future. I forgot to mention that my only gripe with the computer is that it has pretty poor battery life. I don't know if it's because I got it refurbished or if that's just like a issue with this model, but the battery life is pretty extraordinarily bad. Like it will die if it isn't plugged in for longer than like, I want to say like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, which is pretty bad. But for me, it doesn't matter too much because I'm homeschooled, so I do most of my work at home anyways, and I don't really need to bring it with me out too much usually. So yeah, for me it's not a problem, but if you were thinking about maybe buying one, I'd say check the battery life before you buy it. But for the next clip, I forgot to mention beforehand that the distribution that I picked is Fedora. I'm running a Hyperland Fedora on it because I like to rice. At least for me, I've used other distributions. Like I tried Arch and stuff. I just didn't really like it because I don't have the time to, well, I have the time, I just don't want to spend the time like tinkering with everything and making sure it doesn't break. So for me, Fedora felt like a perfect in-between because it wasn't like a Cinnamon where it's just, oh, everything's out of the box, but it's not Arch, so it just works and I can still customize it and do what I want with it, so it felt really nice. Regarding my actual workflow, for starters, my browser is Zen browser. I actually just started using it a couple days ago, and so far I'm really loving it. Originally, I just used Firefox, well, like default Firefox, because it was just like the best one for me, but it got kind of old quickly, and using this feels like a really refreshing and aesthetic upgrade from using like Firefox CCS and stuff. I just use basic Gmail when it comes to emailing because it's what my school uses, and I can't actually sync my account onto any other emailing platforms, but also it's literally just the easiest. The same can also be said about Google Calendar. I just use Google Calendar for everything. I liked the GNOME calendar, but well, again, I couldn't sync it up to my account, so I just didn't bother using it. As for weekly planners, I just use Do It. It's sleek and nice and easy to use, so yeah, I just use Do It. Or I go over here and I also write down my weekly assignments over here on my I have like a weekly thingy. Yeah. So yeah, my setup is pretty humble, but it gets the job done, and for what it works for what I need to use it for. I just do pretty basic stuff, so it works just fine. I can bring it with me anywhere, and it's pretty great. Oh, and for my phone, it's what I'm using to record this video. I just have an iPhone SE, second gen, so it's not anything special. It's pretty old, but it works just fine, so I don't feel the need to upgrade it or anything. I also have two other laptops. This one is like one from my school, so I don't really use it because it's locked, like everything is blocked and stuff, and I just don't like it because, yeah. And I have just like a small personal Chromebook that I use sometimes. I don't really use it anymore. You can see it's like super fucking dirty because it's just been sitting in my desk because I don't use it that much anymore. But I used to use it a lot. It was like my little side thingy. Yeah. And also I have a cat. She's part of the setup.